As of December 10th, Australia officially enacted an age verification framework onto their social media platforms. It's a ban that's been in the works since their 2021 Online Safety Act was passed. In 2024, committees finalized the Social Media Minimum Age Framework. We'll explore that today, along with similar bills rushing through the U.S. House of Representatives as we speak. This is a big issue with a lot of moving parts, and I'm excited to be able to break this all down with you today. My name is Ellie Davis, and this is Data Darling. The Online Safety Act defines an age restricted social media platform as a service with the sole purpose of enabling social interaction between two or more end users, or a service that allows end users to post material onto its platform. Something that immediately stood out to me is that this bill explicitly clarifies that this definition does not include business interactions. That means if you're using the service to distribute advertising materials, you're dismissed from much of this document. It was hard for me to get through the rest of this document or even believe it if protecting children doesn't extend to not solely seeing them as future consumers, or really as current consumers. It would be uncouth of them to share it, but it immediately confirms for me that there is data on minors as a financial sect, and the Australian government must see an incentive to keep those dollars circulating. The youth attention and data market must be booming. If you think it's a reach, even the e-safety commissioner, Julie Inman Grant, called out YouTube as a site to protect from age verification. YouTube is the only social platform to be called out by name, and she even emphasizes a no name dropping rule in the same document. But seeing as Google hosted the country's top YouTubers inside of Parliament during the summer, they worked overtime to prove that video is a bridge, not a border. Just so you're clear, I now view the rest of this document as the government protecting a growing financial asset, their youth. It goes on to outline more standard data protection rules, not collecting information on age-protected users, aka minors, in their effort to comply. Platforms can either collect a government-issued ID or use an accredited service to verify age. Another thing that perked my ears is the clarification that identification documents are defined as Australian-issued IDs as well as digital IDs. There's been a lot of global talk about digital IDs lately. Apple just launched a digital ID that allows you to upload your driver's license or state ID or even passport right into your Apple Wallet and use it in official capacities like at the airport with TSA. Now, if I can break the corporate facade for a sec, the fake ID industry is going to literally crumble. I mean, along with half of Signal's business with sorority girls trying to get group rates on their fake. Yes, this is a very serious privacy concern, but rest in peace to the dive bars that will let you in. They'd be chill, you're with a group, you're fun. We're losing recipes, you know? Anyway, back to business. It doesn't seem like Australia plans on scaling the importance of digital IDs to the main form of identification online or IRL. To oversimplify, digital IDs will function as a digital clear to tag onto your online interactions so that on the back end, websites you're accessing already know that you're who you are and the age you are without the hassle of logging in every time. Australia tends to be ahead on technology legislation and research. This all comes as a response to e-safety reports on minors experiencing mental health struggles, body image issues, and struggling with fear and distrust of others due to time spent online. It took Australia 5 years to establish these online safety acts from words to action. On the other hand, the United States is rushing a bundle of bills in the shadow of political frenzy. Just 8 days before Australia rolled out their framework, the Subcommittee on Commerce, Manufacturing, and Trade gathered with witnesses from the Freedom of Expression Project, Organization of Social Media Safety, and the Digital Progress Institute to lay out the future that they saw fit for the internet. There is no mistaking that this rush comes with midterms only 11 months away. Nearly every layer of government is up for grabs. Senators, representatives, governors, even local judges. So create the world you want to see today. There are 19 bills that were a part of this hearing, and I strongly recommend researching bills being introduced by lawmakers in your state over the next few months, because this is not even the tip of the iceberg. Here's some of what was proposed. We have H.R. 6259, No Fentanyl on Social Media Act. It will ban minors from interacting with content or have the ability to message drug dealers on social media platforms that are selling fentanyl. It directly calls out how one may market, sell, deliver, distribute, dispense, or engage with product online. My spidey senses say this will flow over to the marijuana drug reclassification and eventually any digital contact with drug paraphernalia, even if it's just like in an Instagram ad for gummies, can criminalize you. We also have H.R. 6373. Stop Profiling Kids and Youth, or the SPY Act. It will limit market research that's being done on children and teens. It's a great bill in practice. But again, when you open and scroll to Section 3C, you will read, nothing in this act may be construed to limit the processing of personal information solely for measuring or reporting advertisement or content performance, reach, or frequency, including through independent measurement. Like their Australian counterparts, the Australian government is in no way trying to hinder businesses from making money. They're only trying to stop the bad guys from interacting with kids. And a bad guy would never have an EIN. Duh. There are many more, and I will have the House of Representatives page linked with all of the bills and testimonies made for you to read. If you were to ask me if either country has actually introduced laws to protect children on the internet, I'd tell you they're not handing out life vests. They're building a higher wall around the pool while lifeguards keep doing their laps. It may keep some kids from falling in, but it doesn't teach them to swim, and it definitely doesn't drain the water that the entire business model is swimming in. There's more to come from all sides of this. Both are so new because we still have the first year of Australia's social media framework to live with. And that's before we get to the decade and even generational effects of social media that we have no idea what will come about. Just a reminder that everything is constantly evolving. The present day and the future are more entwined than ever. If Australia's caution and America's rush teach us anything, it's that protecting kids online isn't about speed or slogans. It's about deciding who really holds the data leash. All right, that's all I've got for y'all today. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Data Darling. And remember, when in doubt, follow the data.